What is Vladimir Putin thinking? That persistent question inside the intelligence community is taking on a new urgency as Russia's lethal assault on Ukraine continues.
He's been stewing in a combustible combination of grievance and ambition for many years.
CIA Director Bill Burns says Putin's circle of advisors has gotten smaller and smaller, especially in the pandemic. And now the former KGB officer is waging war on Ukraine based on a number of false assumptions.
First, that Ukraine, in his view, was weak and easily intimidated. Second, that the Europeans, especially the French and Germans, were distracted by elections in France and a leadership succession in Germany and risk averse. Third, he believed he had sanctions proofed his economy in the sense of creating a large war chest of foreign currency reserves. And fourth, he was confident that he had modernized his military and they were capable of a quick, decisive victory at minimal cost.
Intelligence leaders say this war is about perceptions. Director of National Intelligence Avril Haines told lawmakers that Putin is fueled by a conviction that the West doesn't give him enough respect. And he underestimated how the world would respond to Russia's invasion.
We judged that he did not anticipate either the degree to which the United States and its allies and partners would take steps to undermine his capacity to mitigate Western actions, or the pullback from Russia initiated by non-state actors in the private sector.
Today, the intelligence community assesses that Putin is angry because of strong Ukrainian resistance and the West's deep support. U.S. officials believe Putin won't be able to install and hold a pro-Kremlin regime in Kyiv. They also think he has no sustainable political endgame, a factor they fear could make him even more dangerous.
We assess Putin feels aggrieved the West does not give him proper deference and perceives this as a war he cannot afford to lose.
They also believe that when Putin ordered his nuclear forces to be on alert, that was bluster, meant more to deter NATO, and that they are continuing to monitor movements and haven't seen any differences than what they'd seen in the past.
Sasha, at the same time, China is playing this sometimes confounding role right now. So at the UN, they did not step in and help Russia veto this smackdown essentially about what they're doing. Then we see at home right now, according to new reports, they're almost promoting the war in a way. What is going on with China?
Well, to be sure, their relationship has been growing for years, and it's a strategic relationship that is built in part by a desire to watch the United States fall from its global status. Now, she has not come out and publicly denounced Putin for this war. And to be clear, Chinese officials have actually offered to mediate between Russia and Ukraine. But a member of the U.S. intelligence community tells me that it seems as though Chinese officials are still nervous by Putin because he is so bold, and that they're trying to distance themselves a little bit here. And we saw China evacuating its citizens after this invasion began, which implies that they were not made fully aware of what Russia was intending to do in this operation, in this war. Now, Bill Burns, the director of the CIA today, said that Xi Jinping, the president of China, has been unsettled by what he's seen in Ukraine, by the effect that it's had on the global economy, and by the fact that Putin has essentially brought the United States and European countries closer together because of this effort, when Beijing has been trying to wedge as much as they can between those places.
Very interesting. I see. So Beijing not so much trying to do a bear hug with Russia, but just create a little bit of a buffer for itself. Okay, good to know. Thank you.